Hello, fans and team owners alike for the premier 20-team USFL Fantasy Football League. I want you to take a moment and imagine if today the professional league that we all watch and love and follow was called the USFL. It is very possible that it could have been. You can go back to maybe a Back to the Future moment or something like that, and the moment arrives right now with Week 8 2019 previews in the USFL Fantasy, yes, Fantasy Premier 20 Team League. Here we go. The Spirit of Miami, Matthew's squad finds itself atop in the Atlantic Division at 5-2. Take on the Jacksonville Bulls this week. Phil Wilfong, former champ back in season 3 or 4, I can't remember, but Phil's always been a good fantasy football player. He's played ever since it was in the newspapers, guys. Experienced player. Jacksonville Bulls take on the Spirit of Miami. And in this game, I think it's going to come down to the quarterbacks. Bulls have Brissett. The Spirit have Russell Wilson. I'm going to go with Russell Wilson in this one. Close game over Miami. Both teams 5-2. Important game to watch. It is my game of the week. The next game is the New Jersey Generals versus the Stars. Jose Plaza versus Mike Lanzelotti. And Ken Dunnick. Ken Dunnick is one of our celebrity co-owners, and he is on the Stars. We're excited about that. We're excited for all 11 of our celebrity owners, and we will share them as we go here. But the Stars take on the New Jersey Generals, an important battle. New Jersey Generals are 4-3. The Stars are sitting there at 3-4. So somebody's going to end up in second place after this game. That's a big game to watch this week. And the Maulers play the Feds. You know, the Feds are 3-1. If you go to our standings, you are going to have a few teams that are not absolutely correct. ESPN is failing to log ties for some reason this year, and we've had some ties in our league. So with that said, the Maulers down on their luck 1-6. Play the Feds. Look, Kamara for the Feds is 50% at best. Breeze is still out. I don't think he's going to play this week. I don't think the Feds owner would play Breeze, as they have a pretty good backup quarterback, which is hard to say in a 20-team league when there's only 32 quarterbacks to go around. But the Feds do have a backup quarterback, and they'll have to play him. So I'm giving the Maulers a chance here, even though the Feds are favored by a good touchdown in this one. That's an important game to watch. Moving on to the Southern Division, we've talked about the Bulls playing the Miami Spirit of Miami. Bulls are trying to hold on to first place there. The Stallions and the Bandits play each other. John Bassett is co-owner with the Tampa Bay Bandits. Terry Harness is the owner there. His team is loaded. I am going with the Tampa Bay Bandits over the Stallions. Stallions, Henry Raito is a surprise this year at 5-2. Finds himself tied atop in the Southern Division. He's got a task on his hands this week with the Tampa Bay Bandits. I'm going with Tampa in that one. And then Orlando and Memphis, former champion, the Memphis Showboats from last season, finds themselves at 2-5. James Hayes is trying to put together a win. It's kind of a now or never thing. He's 3 games back right now with the Jacksonville Bulls loss and a Memphis win. That would put James Hayes back in the mix at 2 games back with 6 games to go after this week. Maybe even 5 games to go after this week. The season has passed us by. But Michael Rodriguez, who's doing our highlights and previews next week from a special location with the Orlando Renegades, is going to try to take down Memphis, put them out of their misery. This is going to be a great game to watch. You know, Orlando, you can tell they're in a rebuilding process. They have some old veterans like Gore and Kelsey. Then they have some new guys like Minshew and Darren Jones. You can tell he's putting a team together. Memphis has got problems with David Johnson, not his best, and Phil Fuller, not his best, and some bye players. Memphis is going to have to put together some magic to win James Hayes this week. Moving on to the Central Division, all these divisions have all divisional battles left as the season goes on, and every one of them has their own personality and interest. The Gunslingers play the Panthers. We know about Jake. He pulls out extra guns every week. Sometimes they fire, sometimes they don't. Panthers are favored this week. Solid from top to bottom, despite not having Patrick Mahomes. The Panthers, last year's runner-up at 4-2-1, will play the Gamblers in an important central battle. The Outlaws go outside the division and play the Express. Express is only 2-5. That's El Briscoe, the Guru. Please go and see the Guru of Sports show here on Facebook every Sunday. For any of you guys watching, see if you can find El Briscoe, Guru of Sports, and watch his show. Subscribe to his page. He will be doing some of our videos as well in the future. But the Outlaws, Kyle Smith, president and owner of the USFL project, at 4-3, plays the Express, an important game. This is a 1-point game. Wow, if you go and look at the Express and their makeup of their team, they've got Matt Ryan out there. Got some great wide receivers. Even though he's a little down on luck, I can imagine if the USFL existed today and the players existed today, that Matt Ryan would be a perfect fit out there with the Express. But in this game, it is a 1-point game, and I have to side with the Outlaws. They just look like they've got a better team, and I'm not sure that Matt Ryan is going to be 100%. And finally, the Blitz. Down at the bottom, along with the Gamblers, who have Aaron Rodgers, who seems to be clicking now. Gamblers did win a big game last week. They play the Blitz. The Blitz have problems. Do they play? Do they play Baker Mayfield, or do they go with their backup quarterback Flacco, who just lost Sanders? I just don't know what the Blitz are going to do. But I'm sure Christine is going to put together the best roster she can. That is going to be a great game to watch, the Gamblers and the Blitz. Somebody is going to come out of the cellar there. And finally, out in the Pacific, Denver, our most improved team, Michael Rutt's team, plays Jason Wise' Portland Breakers. Breakers are 5-2. Denver a surprising 4-3. This is my other game of the week to watch. That is a great one to watch. He's had Dak Prescott all along, but it's a bye week. He doesn't have Dak. He's going to have to use a backup quarterback that a trade just went through for Jason and his Portland Breakers. So he may be able to pull this out. Michael's right there. I'm going to give this one to Portland. Portland's just got a strong team. I'm not sure Denver's going to be able to pull it off. Another game to watch, guys. In Oakland, our pre-ranked best team in the league finds itself at 4-3, Randy Minor, and he's playing who has won the division out in the Pacific every year since the inception of this league. Kevin Perillou's Arizona Wranglers are 3-1. Kevin has a shot to get back with a Portland loss, has a shot to get back in this thing. And then you have the Express bringing up the rear, looking for upset over the Outlaws. Guys, have a great week. That is my previews. Hope you enjoyed it. Look, you can click at any time in our right here in the Fantasy Fan page and go to our league, see our scoreboard. I hope you're checking in every once in a while. We are here just to have fun, to bring the USFL back to life. And if, guys, the USFL would have won out years ago and was here today, we would be your go-to. So in our fantasy world, the USFL lives. Enjoy this week of football, guys.